So James, I've been asked to ask you, I know we've talked a lot about fire, but this is a different kind of fire. Can you tell us about how you've used the Rhapsody engine to literally fire up your grill?
Yeah, see, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. So I don't know. I don't really know how it happened, but I've somehow become like an honorary Texan. I'm really into low and slow smoking. I have a hot smoker, I have a cold smoker, and obviously with smoking, a lot of people may or may not know, it's very important to get your temperatures right. So you have to make sure that your pit temperature is the right temperature, and that your meat comes up to temperature nice and slowly and hits a certain amount. Now I've got when I first started, I had some digital gauges that told me what the temperature of the pit was and what the temperature of the meat was, and I accessed it using a web front end, because it's set up a web server, and that was cool and everything, and I'd have it on my phone or my laptop and I'd check it every so often. But yeah, the geek in me kind of wouldn't let it go, so I ended up writing some a route in Rhapsody that would poll the web front end once every minute, and it pull the pit temperature and the meat temperature off, and it would write it to a database, and then it'd show a real-time it's so sad, a real-time graph to show where the temperature of the pit was, and if it was going too high, if it was going too low. I get alerts through Rhapsody depending on what would happen, and then it'd tell me when the cook was finished, and I could go and take it off to rest, or take the ribs off, or carve or pull the pork. Yeah, it's a little bit sad, but I got Rhapsody and I thought it'd be an interesting thing to try, and yeah, that's what I did, just because it's fun. Why not?
It's real. I've seen the graphs and I've seen the meat. It's real. I have not tasted the meat, and so I think we're gonna have to make sure that actually works.
Well, Alex,
anytime you're over here, you're welcome. No problem.
Alex, you mentioned that it's going to be exciting to enter new markets with our products, and I think that the first Rhapsody Smokehouse could open up somewhere in the UK, and you'll be the chef, James.
We can definitely do better than nearly every other smoking place in the UK. I've visited plenty of them, and unfortunately, it has kind of made me a bit of a snob when it comes to this kind of thing, because I don't want to be too big-headed, but there's nowhere I've been that's as good as the stuff that I do. So I'm sure, in the grand scheme of things, mine's terrible compared to some of the stuff in Texas. But yeah,
well, I gotta have you over. Yeah, come on over.
I definitely want to come over and. Oh yeah, I definitely want to come over and try. Yeah, definitely.
We believe in testing, and this is some testing I would really like to engage in.
Yes. Yeah.
I try and do a bit of everything. So I do. My favorite is my favorite's changed recently. I've started using Picana, which is a lot quicker cook. So it's like a Brazilian Argentinian thing, using the sirloin cap, and I can go into it a lot. I've even done that with Rhapsody. It's only an hour cook, that is, but yeah, there's lots of different things that Rhapsody can be used for. I'm excited to get into the finance side of things and insurance, but yeah, just to prove that it can do anything, I linked it up to my smoker, just because that's the way I am.
Brilliant. Well, unless you can top that story, Alex, I think we've exhausted what the products can do, and we've ended on making a perfect brisket.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I top is we never got a chance to talk about James's camper van, but we can make that as like a stinger and trailer for our next interview together. So
that's definitely a different type of smoking. That is different type of smoking. My drag racing, my diesel drag racing camper van, very different.
I did see some smoking there.
Yeah, different type of smoking.
Yeah, we'll save that for a future tale. Well, I really enjoyed listening to you guys banter about integration history with the products and your experiences in the UK and in the US. And it sounds like there's exciting opportunities for cloud native integration in the future. So I think this was a fun conversation.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff.